Hi guys, it's Tiki Taka Tom here, and I'm coming here for the first time, and I just wanted to introduce myself, get the ground running here, and I really love soccer. Well, at least we'll call it soccer, but for you English people or European people, pretty much anywhere else but America, football. I like the managerial aspect of it too, as well as playing it or sometimes playing FIFA, although I'm not a big Ultimate Team guy like a lot of those people on YouTube. But I like the managerial aspects, and I like Football Manager, and I like a lot of what you see Dr. Benji do, and that's impressive. So I'm just gonna give a stab at it. I'm actually gonna choose a team that you're likely not very familiar with if you're watching this, unless you're from Portugal, probably. It's Vitória de Guimarães, and I've chosen this team because they're outside the typical three dominant clubs in Portugal, and it's a challenge. See if I can actually win the league with them and try and beat up on a Sporting, Benfica, and Porto. That's generally pretty hard, but sometimes it can be done. Now I've got a lot of good players on the team. Like I've actually got a former MLS player and someone who will be going to the MLS, both on this team. David Teixeira was on FC Dallas for a while, and on his day he can be very good, but he had problems at Groningen, so he didn't really stay there. We also got a um, uh, Joao Pedro, who he's a young defensive midfielder. He's 23. I'm amazed that he's going to MLS at this point in his career. He could have probably gone to a good team in Spain, honestly. He's really good young prodigy, or prospect, rather. So he really will probably make an impact for himself at the LA Galaxy, and I'm hoping he does well there. Granted, I root for the New York Red Bulls because I'm from East Coast originally, but I live in the well, I live in the LA area now, so I um, kind of have to keep an eye on what's going on with the Galaxy, and they've really picked up a good acquisition. He'll replace De Jong nicely. At least for this career mode, I think I'm gotta go for some defensive players, and the one that I end up buying is another Portuguese league, and I honestly, in general, I'm just trying to buy from the Portuguese league just because it's a it's a good place to start. Start with the local leagues, see if you can go from elsewhere. But I'm not going to go through the whole transfer window in this video. I'm just going to go through right before the first competitive match. But I've got to take a look at my options, and a lot of I will generally go to the Portuguese league. At least here, I'm just going to skip to the meeting because obviously, like, there's so much scouting I did, 5 hours of footage, so gotta do that. Bernard Mensa, well, we'll get to the European Cup. I can promise you that. See what he can do. I mean, we can definitely do it. We just need to make the defense better, and I think I might have to sign some strikers too, because we only have Teixeira and Suarez on loan. And Suarez in real life, and Marega, of course. Suarez and Marega in real life are doing extremely well for the team, and that's why the team has actually been at times level with Sporting on points, and Sporting has kind of been underwhelming this season. But um, both of those guys are very important, so I need them to make sure that the team does well. Let's see, where do we add this? Oh yeah, I tried to make an offer for this guy. He's a young left back from Portimonense, and unfortunately they want a crazy amount for them. I don't have that much. I only have 500K ish on me, and they want 2.3 mil. I can't do that. And they don't even, I think they're going to reject this loan bid if I remember correctly, because I'm doing this after the fact, but I'm going to reject the loan bid, and honestly, whatever. It's alright. There are other options out there, and especially within the top flight. I mean, Portimonense, that they're second division. They're not exactly good, but if you find a young prospect from there, it's a good place to go. I mean, I know a lot of teams have taken from the lower divisions, and they've produced some good players. This is Nuno Sequeira. That's it, I think. Yes, Nuno Sequeira is this one, and he's a good prospect. He's young-ish, plays for Nacional de Madeira. They're a team of similar standing, I'd say. Maybe just, I mean, that's actually one of the clubs where Ronaldo came through. He was there before he moved to Sporting because he was from Madeira, so he played for that team. And um, but Nuno Sequeira, he's a good young prospect. He's gotten into the Nacional team recently, and he can honestly make an impact when needed. So I figure it's a good update at left back, because left back, we have a left back that the team signed the previous year, or at least I think at the same time, I forget, but from the other big rival Madeira club, Maritimo, and he's not good enough, honestly. You can probably see, like, he's only 2.5 stars, and that's not good enough. We need better than that, so we need to get better. Also, this is the formation I'm going to end up using because we've got a lot of versatility in this team, and Mensa can play in the midfield, the central midfield, as well as the attacking midfields. And also, I just want to have João Pedro in the team because he's a very solid defensive midfielder, and he's still very young. And I want to build the team around players and positions that I already have. And this is generally a very good formation. I like it. I like having Suarez up there, and Marega can hold up the ball, but still has enough pace, I think, about him to get forward and help out in the attack. And Mensa is more than capable of making up the ground there. So I think that this is a good place to start. We just have to pick another player because I think we have an injury, yes, to Alex, or yeah. And oh yeah, this is where we try and go to the second team, promote some players, and gotta make up the subs bench numbers. And I like, at least when I played this, I haven't played this that much, but when I do like playing it, I like giving you players a chance because that's that's the future of the team. And if you promote the first team players, or the youth players to the first team, then you can build for the future. And now we've got Nunes Sakara, which I'm very happy with. I need in reinforcements at left back, and I probably might slot. I think I'm going to slot him in over Ruben Ferreira because he's just a better left back, and also like just for the depth, we definitely need that. And at this point, yeah, he's 3 stars. So I mean, he's not great, but it's an improvement, and it's an affordable improvement. So I will take that. We just have to adjust the budget now because, well, we don't want to be in that red. All right. Now for the team. Oh, yes, we've also got Douglas, backup goalkeeper. We've also got Guano on loan from Monaco. Monaco have loaned a lot of players out of the Portuguese league, which is interesting. We've got a lot of young players coming up through their system, and they've done a good job of recording it. Oh, this guy I'm going to sign too because he's got a lot of potential, and we could use backup in the midfield, especially when we're going to sell Toze. He used to be a Porto player. He was at Estoril on loan. Then Guimarães signed him, but I don't think I need him anymore. And he's honestly, yeah, I think he's just deadwood at this point. So might as well go for a player better. Oh, and we're going to sign João Teixeira. I don't know if Liverpool fans remember him, but yes, he was one of yours, and now he's in Portugal. But obviously, he's not going to play in the Porto team. He's not good enough, but he's going to be good enough to play for us. So I'm going to make the offer. Oh, and now we have to register a squad. Well, that's not hard. Just get all the other players in. So that's, yeah, pretty easy. All registered. But yeah, so I'm just hoping we get to share on loan. And that's where we're at. We've won our first 3 friendlies, which I'm very happy with as well, including one against Bordeaux, which is, that's not a bad team to play. Even if it's mostly their second team, that game they actually played Jeremy Menez, so it's a good win. I'll take it. Unfortunately, Mareg is also injured. I forgot to mention that, as is Sakara, which, I don't think you want a new signing to get injured. That's, it's like getting a new car and then immediately having a dent in it. Or rather yet, buying a sub and dropping it on the floor. You don't want that. So it's good that we're going to have to look for another left back, maybe another center back. And then we signed this guy, that's right, because we signed him because we need another center back. Now, he's not good at all. He's definitely the worst of the center backs, but we need depth, and that's all I care about. I don't really care if the fans aren't happy as much with that because we need depth. And if we don't have depth, we're not going to do well. Unfortunately, that ate out a lot of the transfer budget, so we're kind of screwed there. But, yeah, now we got to change up the team. Guano, I think, is in there because Josue, the captain, is gone. And this is another friendly we easily win because the team is pretty bad. They're in something like the 3rd or 4th division of Portugal. They're pretty bad. Now this, I'm just gonna have the squad there because Well, I have it there because I want you guys to be able to see the squad so far. Now, legend, look here. Miguel Silva in goal, Joao Aurelio on the right back. Enrique's there right now, but I'll put Josue back in because I think he's healed. Guano's in there. Ruben Ferreira, I think I'll replace with Sakara if he's healthy. We've got Joao Pedro in the midfield, holding that pivot. Mensa and Teixeira further forward, and then Hurtado and Hernani on the wings. I need all the four of those to play because we need the loanies to play. David Teixeira is up top because I think Suarez is still injured. Maybe I'll put in Bruno Mendes. I'm not sure. We got Douglas as backup goalkeeper. Bruno Gaspar, who I think I should play. Maybe I don't know. But we've got Marcos Valente, Bruno Musa Marega, who I'll probably introduce as a sub back, maybe just because he's not quite fit again. He was injured. Bruno Mendes, I forget his last name. He's on loan from Brazilian club Xande, Zungu Toze, Rafael Miranda, on Fabricio, and Nolan Mbemba were all in the last 5 substitutes. I just keep those there just to usually, in case I want to switch something last minute, I just want to keep that there. Toze I'm probably not going to put in because he's been bid for. Zungu maybe probably for Bruno. But other than that, I think I'll just leave that the way it is. I just have to put Josue back in because he's healthy again. And Pedro Enrique can go back to the second set of subs, the 5 subs who are not going to play in the game because he's not good enough. And I need Josue to be in there because he's good. Here's our schedule so far. We've won our first 5 games, which were all friendlies, but we won one against Bordeaux, which I consider impressive, considering they had Jeremy Menez in there, of course, and that we needed. So we've got a good start to the season. We've got 6 games that are all winnable, and we can certainly do it. Now, the video is going to be over. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. Keep killing it, everyone.